All right, today we're going to take a look at my favorite, the NIK Silver FX. My favorite because I'm always a fan of uh, a good black and white image. So of course, never get enough of it, frankly speaking. Without going any further, let's just get into the business. So first thing, normally I use it from um, DxO Photo Lab because it's like my alternative to Affinity Photo or Photoshop workflow because it's nice to have everything in one place. That's it. There are plenty of advantages of many things. I totally agree with all of these opinions. In my case, life is already have too many things to deal with, so there's a helicopter go passing by. Apologies. Where are my photos? There you go. I got some photos there that I've downloaded from. Typically, I use my um, own photos. Obviously, everybody knows that. But because this particular tutorial is related to face of people, portrait, for example, I generally except my own image. I don't like putting images of people that I know. Anyway, I think the modules are downloading. So we're going to wait for all the modules to be downloaded. This is what happens. While we're waiting, why not trying to make it as a blog? Well, not vlog, like more like an opinion. I don't know what you think about the AI and, frankly speaking, the whole hype around it. Because the thing that I find it quite interesting is that if AI was that good and life changing, why the big companies and big techs are spending that amount of money and in publicity in order to even boost the marketing and, frankly speaking, putting AI in everything? Because if it's that good, that they don't need marketing, frankly speaking. Put it another way. When computer first came in and became democratized, you don't need to spend too much effort and money on marketing on how good it is. All you have to do is to provide marketing on the features in every update, not the computer itself. Same for smartphone. When the Steve Jobs made already existing smartphone idea into a whole different level, they had to spend money on marketing of early features, not necessarily how good is the smartphone. We all know that. On the other hand, when it comes to AI stuff, they genuinely pushing it as if like this is, you have to use it, otherwise you are nobody kind of way, which I find it quite interesting. And second thing is that the problem with the AI right now is that in order to make our life easy, you let AI to get into your computer system to automate things, do the job for you. Okay, that's okay. What is the guarantee that because you're letting the AI get into your hard drive, it's not harvesting your data back to the computer, back to the big tech, which they have already been doing, but this time you're voluntarily letting them, the AI agent inside your computer system, in order to make your life easy, while the AI agent is secretly sending data back to the server of the big tech. There are no guarantee. There's no way to know that. So in my opinion, AI just opened the door for big tech for data mining to the next level, and we are helping them because it's more convenient. Anyway, all right. So all the modules are downloaded. So I'm going to take this image of the lion, and the histogram looks pretty decent in my opinion. So what I'm going to do, I will take it directly to the NIK Silver Effects. So I'm going to turn off the Silver Effects window, which I opened separately, and open the Silver Effects directly from here. By the way, before I do that, there is the export settings. You're going to be mad when I'm going to do that, but I'm actually going to use JPEG. I'm sorry, but frankly, I'm okay with JPEGs. It does the job pretty well as long as the photos are good. You can convince me with all the argument in the world with TIFF and RAW. Really, I agree. Again, it just works. But you feel free to have your own setup. Right. Now, I just selected NIK collection, and I supposed to select. No, it's actually opening. Sorry, I'm being too. I've been a little impatient. There you go. Now you already have the window before and after. I like this big screen idea. Look at my setup. I'm going to show you a little bit. So I have the bottom and the top. I don't know if you can see the whole thing. So the top one here, it's my bigger screen. So it's a cheap 25 euro screen. Does the job really well. Now you have already all the preset. And good thing is that you hover the mouse and it shows you the preset. So they are high contrast. I always love high contrast. I mean, my personal choice always going to be high contrast. But this is high contrast, but this one is much better because it's making the background much darker. So I would like this one with this background. You probably can get why. This is pretty good for genuine portrait. Let's try. Let's play around a little bit. Silhouette, no. Pa pa pa. You of course have the old school sepia and monotone, which is of course that's another variety of black and white. Sorry, monochrome photography. I should stop saying black and white because not everything is black and white, but it's monochrome or monotone. That's classic, pretty obvious. Pa 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 pa. So I'm gonna start with let's try portrait. See if there's anything that catch my eyes. Tinted, vintage. I'll go back to the first one, which is the original pic. This one. Right. We are back in business. First thing I always like in any type of animal portrait or human portrait, work on the eyes. The eye needs to stand out before anything because you'll be looking at the eye of an animal or a person. So I'm going to, if I can even, no, I can't. Right, so let's see what I have in the filter section. Obviously, you have the film grain. For now, not necessary. Probably the color filter, toning, basic adjustment. I can't tell, really. Right, so that's done. Now we are going to go on the other side. And first thing I'm going to do is to work on the eyes. So add local adjustment. I'm going to click add, and then the object selection. So this is the AI mask object. Let's see how the AI looks. Frankly speaking, I love the idea of AI. It's supposed to make your job easy, but problem is that, again, there is one, it's like the old debate of manual car versus automatic car. Now things have changed, but still, when you are manually controlling something, as long as you know your tool, you know exactly what you need. Hang on a second, I'm just going to close my door because my wife is working on the other side. I have to sit with my belt on because I have the back pain. Anyway, with the AI, it's still a hit and miss. So DxO, what I really appreciate, did not get into the AI hype quite immediately. They took their time observing other companies and then they took their effort. So I believe that they are going to be much better in terms of quality. Now, what I'm going to do is to turn on the brightness. So I'm going to make it as strong as possible. I will do some. Here you go. The contrast, amplify whites. I boosted quite a bit. Yes. Amplify blacks. And then what else I can do? The white, I'm not still satisfied with the Let's try the contrast and then amplify the black. You see, I'm talking to myself. That's going to happen over the period. Let's try the brightness again while push the contrast. And then I will copy, put it on the other eye. There's something, you see, I'm spending an awful lot of time on eyes because this is where everybody is going to look at. So you can spend as much time in everywhere else, but if in a portrait, if somebody is facing you, if the eyes are not perfect in terms of focus and visibility, your work kind of crumbles down. So I would say, what if globally, see the feathers, they look a bit more powerful than the eye itself. What if I tone it down a little bit? In that case, what if I select another local adjustment? There you go, perfect. Slightly down, same in this direction. Maybe not too much on, not too much on the face. I can delete this thing. Maybe I'll do something more automatic. So the area selection, let's try the automatic area selection. Probably this one will do the job. So amplify white, I can reduce the white section. I don't need to amplify the dark. I can just actually reduce the shadow. Now, the eyes. Again, I'm obsessed. You can tell that I'm obsessed. Now I'm going to do good old control panel and focus on, let's on the chroma, more on the luminosity, and focus on the eyes, the dark section, bright section of the eyes. Then pump it, amplify whites again. This might work this time. All right. What if I copy it now? So I'm going to copy exact same thing and bring it over to the other eye. So I did double mask because one was not enough. I pushed it to the limit. Even I think I broke some pixels even, but I gotta have this thing white. And it's non-negotiable for me in order to get this job done. The other eye is not that strong. You see that there is a significant change on how the animal will look like. So this is not natural. One eye has something, the other is not. So I'm going to first bring this thing down. My goodness. You see this is where the AI, I'm going to take a pause a little bit. So see this thing I'm doing right now, it's fun. If that was that easy with the AI, which I'm sure that they can do that probably, what's the fun in it? What is the thing about, a lot of time we often forget that it's never about the result, it's the process, the time that you do with utmost pleasure to create a craft. Those things, even if it's possible with the AI, I don't think it should be even legal because that will make anyone depressed for the fact that you yourself not doing a justice to yourself by automating the art, because oftentimes you forget that it's not about showing other people your craft, which is obviously we love to do so, but it's more about yourself and the peace and meditation while you are concentrating on this work. You see, so for me, if you do whole thing automated, then what's the fun in it? And on top of that, can be dangerous actually for mental health. Right now, this is something that looks much better. Is there anything else you can do? Toning. So the toning we have plenty, maybe something cold or warm, either very cold or very warm, maybe this one. Then I'm going to leave it as it is, paper toning. The tonality protection, probably the shadow, that's okay. Once it's done, I'm going to go to Viveza. And then my job is basically, which I could have done in DxO, frankly speaking. But I'm going to do it here anyway, just for the sake of fun. That is a nice selective tone in terms of the highlight and shadow. There you go. Now it looks much better. And then I'm going to click apply, and let's see, we're going to head back to DxO. And that's our original, and that's new. Oh, there are police, ambulance. I'm going to compare with this. This is where I'm going to do some more work. I'm going to add a vignette. I like the creative vignetting, and I'll do this, the white vignette, my favorite, and some grain probably, a light amount of texture. And what else we can do? Maybe slight sharpness. You see, it became from what to what. Now, the one on the left looks like a nice kitty. The one on the right hand other way. It looks genuinely powerful. I was looking for the sharpness. Where is my sharpness? It's somewhere here. The unsharp mask. I just leave it in automatic set. Probably slightly more intense. We can afford that because our objective is to make it more punchy. And now, what about the full screen? That's before, and that's after. Before and after. Again, can we do something like that? Pretty awesome, isn't it? I'm I'm satisfied with the result, frankly speaking. It's pretty awesome. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been really fun. 30 minutes of meditation. Happy with it.